You're listening to Change Your POV Podcast, episode 80. I don't want to be done after 30 days. And you're like, no, me neither. Like, we've got a long way to go here. What are we going to do? Are we just going to stop the challenge? Are we going to keep going with it? Like, what? And so that's when we came up with, all right, we know we're going to keep going. So let's keep going, but let's amp it up. Let's call it something different.
Welcome to Change Your POV Podcast, helping you navigate transitions in your life, like entering and exiting college or the military, changing jobs or careers, and providing you with the coaching and mentorship needed to help you advance in your personal or professional life. Sometimes all you need is to change your point of view. Now, here's your host, Eddie Lazary.
Hello, folks, and welcome to Change Your POV Podcast. I'm your host, Eddie Lazary.
And I'm Bennett Tanton.
And we are here talking about, you guessed it, our 60-day WellFit Challenge, which is what we're doing after our 30-day WellFit Challenge.
That only makes sense, right? Why wouldn't you just double it up?
And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to discuss basically how it works, what you will come to expect when you sign up, where you can go to sign up, all that great and wonderful stuff. But before we get into it, I've got to give a shout out to this week's sponsor, Mountain Up. And you're like, what the hell is that? Mountain Up is a military branded inspired by the power and lifestyle of the 10th Mountain from World War II to modern times. Now, what is Mountain Up? Mountain Up sells all kinds of awesome stuff. Everything from auto medals, clocks, dog tags, hats, hoodies, knives, license plates, man cave stuff, mugs, shorts, signs, stickers, t-shirts. To check out all of these products and a lot more, head on over to changeyourpov.com/mountain up. And once you're there, go and grab all kinds of stuff that you want, that you need. You got to tell your wife you need these things, right?
Because let me tell you, you know what? I'm going to let him finish and then I'm going to tell you.
And then at checkout, enter the code GOOD10. That's GOOD10, GOOD10, and you can get yourself a 10% discount. All right. So again, that link is changeyourpov.com/mountain up. Grab yourself an awesome hat with all kinds of attachable and detachable Velcro patches that they also sell. They sell all kinds of patches. And then when you go to checkout, just enter in the code GOOD10 for your 10% discount. So what were you going to say, Bennett?
Right, so I can tell you, I have a ton of hats, a ton.
Yeah.
All right.
I do too. I'm a very big hat guy.
You guys have probably seen. Well, you know what? I don't really wear them a lot in the videos and stuff. But Eddie's picture from this weekend, where
man,
we actually both have Mountain Up hats on.
I'm actually going to take that picture and I'm going to turn that into a link on our website.
Right.
So anywhere you see that picture with me and Bennett together, where Bennett's kind of pointing at you, almost like Uncle Sam, like we want you, with us wearing our Mountain Up hats on, you just click on that image and it will automatically take you to that link that I just gave you, changeyourpov.com/mountain up, and you can go and buy all your stuff there. But don't forget your 10% discount code GOOD10. Go ahead. Sorry.
So the most comfortable hats from right out of the box.
Absolutely.
Had. Like usually you got to do like a break-in, you got to do like cut stuff out, cut mesh out and stuff like that. But no, none of that with this.
Do you know my favorite part?
The fact that there's no tab on the top.
Yeah, that stupid little button thing at the top.
There isn't. That doesn't exist. Now, the other place that you can see them, because my wife wears them.
She was in the video. The burning fat shirt. Yeah.
Fat shirt.
Dude, we got to put that video on our site so everybody can see that.
My wife has one on. She wears it all the time. Why? Because I shit you not, and I'm not saying this because they're a sponsor. because they're a sponsor because we went after them to say, hey, Ryan, we love your freaking hats. The guy,
yeah, we love this.
It's just amazing shit. It's family-owned company, veteran-owned.
Yep. Well,
you know, his wife, him, they run the company. It's fantastic. Good stuff. And really the best hats I've ever put on. And that's no shit.
Well, we met each other for the first time this weekend. I drove the 5 hours up to Syracuse, beautiful Syracuse, New York, by the way. Great scenery, awesome ride up, even though it rained pretty much the whole time, but still it was awesome. And yeah, man, so like 30 seconds after I had a chance to finally shake your hand and give you a hug and finally just feel relieved that I wasn't catfished this entire time.
Right.
You handed me my very own first Cav Mountain Up hat, man. It was awesome.
Right.
And I've been wearing that thing everywhere except to work. However, I am wearing that thing this Friday for casual day at my office. But what's awesome about those hats is they got the Velcro where you can you can buy all different patches and put them on.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So mine has the US the flag patch right now. Yours has the actual Tent Mountain patch. But I'm working on also, I don't know if I've told you this yet, but I'm working on trying to get a Change Your POV patch made so we can sport those around.
That'd be awesome.
How cool
yeah,
would that be?
I also talked to Ryan about getting Warrior Hall patches made. So yeah, man.
Hell, let's do it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Thanks, Ryan, for the hookup on the 10% discount for all of our Change Your POV listeners. And again, head on over to changeyourpov.com/mountain up. And don't forget your 10% discount code GOOD10. All right, man, let's get into this episode, huh?
Yeah, man.
"60-day well-fit challenge." First, before we get into it, I have to ask, why in the hell are we doing this in the first place? I mean, really? Why? Let's get to the root cause of why we're doing this.
Well, really, when it comes down to it, you and I are tired of being fat, sick, and nearly dead.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You know, a little plug for a good documentary there on Netflix, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. It kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about, but it's more about juicing. But it's the overall thing. Either way, fat, sick, and nearly dead. Just sick of it, man. I've been overweight I've been on a yo-yo for years. I've known what to do for years. I probably know enough about nutrition. Probably know more than a lot of nutritionists. I mean, to be honest, I've done so much research, and as you know, Eddie, when I go deep into something, I just go.
Hell yeah, man.
Dive right in, and I've been a student of the paleo primal lifestyle for years. Doesn't mean I always followed it, but in my heart I did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I did, it's the best time of my life. You also met my friend John Vangeloff this weekend, who has been paleo for 4 years now, almost 5 years.
How old is that guy?
He's 45.
Dude, he's got
a six pack. He does what?
Yeah,
man. He works out and everything, but it's not like crazy. He does primal workouts. The only primal workout that he does, it's still primal because play is one of those things. He plays basketball every week, but he rides a bike. He walks with his wife, spends time with his kids, plays basketball, you know what I mean? Does that?
Yeah, and that's
what it's about. It's not about going to the gym and knocking out hours worth of workout or doing cardio, because then you just overtrain. And he was doing that for years. He had really bad knee issues, and all kinds of stuff. Same with me. I mean, I weighed 309 pounds when we started this whole journey. Now, I haven't lost a ton of weight as like you would think, like Biggest Loser numbers or whatever, but that's not the point. The point is that all the joint pain that I walked into this with is gone. Why is that gone? You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. It was about changing our lifestyle to actually live instead of worrying about, you said it in one of your videos earlier this week. I'm always worried about what people think about me. I'm not really, but I know, and that's in my head. It's a subconscious thing. I know I'm overweight, and I know it's like I have these thoughts in my head. Like, people are like, "So what did you do in the Marine Corps?" I was a recon Marine. People look at me, and I can see it in their face, or maybe it's me. At the very basic thing, it could be me just ashamed of what I've turned into. But people looking, going, "Yeah, right," or look at
they're like,
now. They're like, "Really?"
They're pulling out their stolen valor card.
Absolutely, pulling out the stolen valor card, going whatever. And you know what? I didn't do like, I'm no Rudy Reyes or any of these other higher profile guys that did recon. But at the end of the day, I earned the MOS and I did the job. You know what I'm saying? So
hell yeah, man.
But I have this stigma that I put upon myself as well. So it's about losing that, getting healthier, and influencing people around me to live this way, as I did with John, my friend John, years ago. And he's so much better for it. And I see things like that. I also see guys like you who just 3 weeks ago was shitting like a goose every fucking day and having really bad gastrointestinal issues. Gone, right? 3 weeks later, they're gone.
Yep. Along with all kinds of other stuff, like I'm sleeping better.
Yeah.
Like there's just so many things. I still am just amazed with how much a change in a clean diet will have on your body. It's just amazing, because I've gone to the gym, I've done the workouts, I've done the P90X, I've done all that. But at the end of the day, I'll always just go back to doing what I was doing before. But having this honest to God change in this diet, eating clean and incorporating moderate exercise, and I really truly do mean moderate exercise. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm doing a lot more than I was before, granted. But I'm not spending 6 hours in the gym or even 1 hour in a gym.
Yeah, or going out and running 3 miles.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Whatever. No.
Minimal, very minimal exercises. It's just being conscious about movement and just, taking every opportunity to stay active that I can, and just eating clean, man. And I'm telling you, just those two things alone, completely different.
I mean, we lost a lot of weight the first week, both of us. We lost around 10 pounds apiece.
Yeah.
And then it just tapered as I knew it would. Remember, you and I talked about this. I said,
right
after that, it's going to taper right off to 2 to 3 pounds a week. And that's because we're actually eating what our bodies want.
Right.
And slowly but surely, you'll lose 2 to 3 pounds a week. And the next thing you know, it's, 26 weeks later, 6 months later, and you've lost freaking 50 pounds.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't lost a ton of weight, but I will tell you. Okay, so let's just get this clear right now.
It's not about
It's not about weight, because I haven't lost a lot of weight, but a lot of the fat around my midsection has gone away, and some of my muscles I've noticed my muscles are building back up, my leg muscles.
I've already
my thigh.
like put another belt loop on the
No, I've lost
notch,
two.
you know what I mean?
I've cinched up my belt 3 notches since we started.
And technically, you've only lost
what, 15 pounds?
Something like that, 15 to 18 pounds. Not even.
Right.
Yeah, like 15 pounds.
15 pounds. I mean, I haven't weighed myself this week, but
15 pounds.
3 belt notches, 15 pounds. 3 belt notches. Yeah, man, my pants are literally falling off my ass, dude. And I'm loving it, though. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this is cool. I gotta go and sneak a pair of my son's jeans. No, I haven't lost that much yet, but
Right.
So 60. All right. So this is everything we've talked about up to this point has been what we've done and what we're currently doing for the 30-day WellFit challenge.
Which is just, frankly, it's just the basics.
It is.
It's not even turning it up a notch. It's nothing.
But the way the 60-day WellFit challenge came to be is you and I kind of looked at each other, proverbially, how the hell you say it? How you say it? Proverbially. Before we actually met each other this weekend, we looked at each other proverbially and said, you know what? I don't want to be done after 30 days. And you're like, no, me neither. Like, we've got a long way to go here. What are we going to do? Are we just going to stop the challenge? Are we going to keep going with it? Like, what? And so that's when we came up with, all right, we know we're going to keep going. So let's keep going, but let's amp it up. Let's call it something different. Let's call it the 60, because we're going to go for the 30-day. I look at the 30-day Will Fit Challenge for me. Now you've like you said earlier at the top of the show, you've been very knowledgeable with the paleo diet and other things for a long, long time, whereas this has really kind of been new to me. So for me, the 30-day Will Fit Challenge was nothing more than an introduction to paleo, an introduction to, you know, this lifestyle change and getting back into the rhythm of exercising every day and getting up early and
priming the pump, man.
Yeah, priming the pump or acclimating, right? Yeah. So this first 30 days was really nothing more than become more educated, more knowledgeable, and acclimated. Now the 60 days is where it's time to kind of ramp things up and really take this shit to the next level for the next at least 60 days.
Take it up to the next level and really just streamline and ratchet it everything down, so you know exactly what you're doing.
And there's a few people that have been following along with the 30-day Will Fit Challenge, and they are serious about wanting to take it to the next level along with us, because really we did the 30-day Will Fit Challenge with kind of with an option to participate if you want to, but not necessary. However, the 60-day Will Fit Challenge, we're going to change it. We're going to do it, and we're still going to allow people the option to follow along, but here's a kicker. Here's the difference. If you want to follow along with us in the 60-day Will Fit Challenge, folks, you got to do this shit with us, and we really mean it. So if you want to follow along, because we're not going to display all the stuff publicly.
Well, we're going to make you put skin in the game.
Hell yeah, skin in the game. You can't just watch a couple fat guys get thin without putting a little skin in the game now, right?
Right.
So the 60-day Will Fit Challenge is a way for you to not only follow along with what we're doing, but get your ass off the couch and involved as well. And so we are putting this behind a paid wall for a couple of reasons. Why are we making this paid? It's $80 per person for 60 days. So that's what, $40 a month?
$40 a month.
That's $10 a week. Come on, man. You know, you can't get a gym membership for that. All right. So, and this is what you're going to get for $10 a week, right? So it's $80 for 2 months. There's a couple of reasons why we put this behind a paid wall. One, and here's probably the biggest reason, because whenever you put money into something, you take it a little bit more serious, right? Don't you?
I find that I do.
I do too. You know, if I get something for free, or I buy that same exact thing for $100, like I'm gonna find more value in the thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna do the program, or I'm gonna take it serious, because there's, you know, I put my money where my mouth is, and there's something to be said for that, right?
Absolutely.
And so we want people that are actually serious about doing this. And you know what? People tell us, don't they? They tell us all the time, sure. Oh, I'm serious about it. Oh, I'm serious about it. Okay, fine. If you're serious about it, then put your money where your mouth is, cough up $80, and this is what you're going to get. Starting at September 1st, I'm going to give you the links to where you can go and register at the end of the show. But here's what you're going to get. Put your money, you know, man up, put your money where your mouth is, and beginning on September 1st, the first thing you're going to get is you're going to get a welcome email from me, and it's going to include all the details to the program. It's going to include an ebook that will have all of the links in it for all your downloadables. It's going to include the links to our weekly teleconference meeting, because we're going to have meetings every week. All right.
Nice teleconference, but we can also call them accountability meetings if you would like.
Accountability check-ins is what they're actually called. So that's on September 1st. And then on Saturday, September 3rd, is going to be our first teleconference. This one won't be an accountability check-in. It'll just be a meet and greet. It's going to be on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on September 3rd on Saturday. Everyone's going to get together that's signed up for it. We're going to all introduce each other, and we're going to kind of go around the room, tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you want to get out of this program? Like all that good stuff, right? It's truly just a meet and greet, just to kind of meet everybody. And then September 4th, so the very next day after our meet and greet, you're going to get an email. You're going to get an email that will have your assigned accountability partner, because we are going to assign you an accountability partner. You're not going to do this alone. Bennett and I didn't do this alone for the 30-day WellFit Challenge, and we're not doing it alone for the 60-day. We have each other. And I have to tell you, man, having an accountability partner really changes the game, doesn't it?
Totally changes the game.
Yeah, man. Because how many times have I gotten on you about the daily journaling?
Well,
you know what I mean?
All the time. And then I was actually finally able to get on you about it too. So
yep.
That was
which I'm still behind on it. But
I think I'm a day behind now too, but
yeah. So, it's huge. It's absolutely. So why accountability partners? Because one, you should go through something like this with somebody else in your corner, right? It's important. Every great boxer had somebody in their corner, helping them out, cheering them on, being there for them, supporting them. And that's what it's about, because chances are you're going to have bad days, but your accountability partner is probably not going to have a bad day on the same day you're having a bad day. So the days you're having a bad day, that accountability partner will be there for you. The days that your accountability partner is having a bad day, you could be there for them. Occasionally, and we experience this ourselves, you're both are going to have a bad day on the same day. But at least, you know what? Embrace the suck, right? It was the episode. What we called it, right? Embracing the suck. We sucked together that day and we got through it, man. And then we had some great days after that. So there's a very important element to have an accountability partner. On September 5th, which is a Monday, the shit begins, right? The shit officially begins September 5th, that Monday. That is when you're going to be entering your daily journal. That comes in a link in the ebook. You can print out all of those sheets. What I do is I print them out and I just put them like in a 3-ring binder or something like that. So you're gonna actually write you're gonna journal in your daily journal. It could be in the morning, in the afternoon, during lunch, whatever. But it's gonna be a daily journal. What were your achievements for the day? What were things that you struggled with? And any kind of notes or comments that you had about today. And those notes and comments can really be anything, something you perhaps learned about yourself, something you learned about your accountability partner. Perhaps it was a recipe that you learned and you cooked and you thought, wow, that was awesome. I'm going to do that again. Maybe it was, it could be really anything. I've put in there all kinds of different things, and so have you.
Yep.
So that daily journaling is such a huge a factor in this accountability piece. All right. Then Bennett and I are going to assign each person their own weekly challenge. And for those of you that have been following along during our 30-day WellFit Challenge, you'll know that every week Bennett and I challenged each other with a challenge. Like I challenged Bennett to find an article of clothing that reminded him of how big he was and burn it. And that was the video that got all kinds of likes and shares and everything and views. And that was the fat burning shirt, right? And that was the video
right.
that your wife was in with her Mountain Up hat on. And then I challenged you to write your own obituary and then read it out in a cemetery. You challenged me to come up with, 10 ways that I stay motivated. And you challenged me to come up with 10 food items that I eventually ended up making into 12 recipes. So there were just those challenges are just a way to kind of stretch your imagination a little bit, stretch or push the envelope, get you out of your comfort zone just a little bit, because that's important, man. The only way you can grow is by getting out of that comfort zone once in a while. If you're comfortable and you're used to everything and everything goes your way and you've got a structured schedule and you're not growing. You've got to get a little bit uncomfortable in order to grow, right?
Absolutely.
And then that is also when you'll begin your paleo diet, right? We have a book that we recommend. It's the book that we're using now. It's called the Paleo Primer. That's the book that we recommend you go and buy. There will be links to that as well in your welcome email, so you can get that ordered. And while you're waiting for that to come in the mail, if you don't already have it, there are plenty of recipes that Ben and I will share with you.
And we're putting those together as we speak. Even now, I've got I actually have 3 recipes I put together today. So you will have more than enough, options and info to be able to go to the grocery store. We'll also have a listing. This is one of the other things that I've put together is a listing of a paleo primal shopping list. And that includes a lot of basics where you're not going to be eating ketchup and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And some of the stuff we went over in the 30-day challenge, and some of it we didn't. But again, it's about ratcheting it up and learning. It's also one of the things, and this is, I guess you could call me the science officer for this exploration, because I'm going to go into, especially in posts and things like that, into a lot of the science behind this and why we are made the way we're made and why we react the way we do to the food that we eat.
Right.
So,
and some of the challenges may be something as simple as listening to a particular podcast episode, not ours. We're assuming you're already listening to ours anyway, but there are some podcast episodes that Bennett and I have discovered along our journey that we found extremely useful. There was one episode that I listened to today that really talked about the benefits of sleep and how someone that's sleep deprived can actually struggle with obesity and struggles with weight loss, etc. So as we come across those things, those would be some of the things that we could assign you as your weekly challenge. And anyone can find an hour of their day during the week to carve out to listen to a podcast episode. So none of these challenges are going to be so complex that you're going to have to take a day off of work to do. That's not the goal here.
No, absolutely not.
Right?
It's not to make your life. Yeah. It's not to make your life more difficult. It's about showing you how, if you follow these things, it'll actually make your life more productive. And
exactly.
And just better in all aspects.
Exactly. And there will be a closed Facebook group as well for just the folks that have paid to do this program. So if you opted in and you get the email, you're also going to get a link to the Facebook. We will add you to the Facebook group because that'll be a great place where you guys can not only interact with your accountability partners, you can interact with us, ask us questions, and Bennett and I will probably do a couple of live Facebook Live Q&As. And we'll also share recipes right there on the Facebook group, as well as other people that are participating. And we haven't said this yet, but this is really an introductory price, this $80 per person, because next year, as we go through and we rotate this through, this price is going to significantly increase. So those of you that are opting in this first go around, it's going to be the cheapest it will ever be. And the reason for that is because you are also helping us kind of develop the program. So the next time, things that we learned, because Ben and I were former military, so what do we do at the end of every mission?
You do an after action review.
An AAR, after action
That's
review.
Right.
And what's included in those AARs?
Everything.
What went well? What didn't go so well? What can we improve next time? Right.
And guess what? So that means next year, when we do this, it'll be even better.
Exactly. Absolutely. And the price, I anticipate the price will be double or more than double.
Right.
So that's just kind of my little plug there for trying to entice you into starting this go around. Don't wait till next year. Get it done. This is only going to be a once a year thing. And then every Saturday after that, every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have our accountability check-ins. And what happens is we're going to have essentially a webinar platform link that you can go to. You will be able to go and meet us on that link. And I don't think it has. Does it have video or is it just audio? I don't even know.
For Zoom?
What? Yes.
Yeah, it's audio as well.
Is it audio and
video and audio?
Okay, so it's video and audio. So you'll be able to see us. We'll be able to see you. That's awesome. And what we'll do is we'll go around the room. It'll be very structured. It'll be very similar to a mastermind group. If you've never been a part of a mastermind group, This will be your first encounter with a mastermind group. If you've been a part of them before or in the past, then this should be no surprise to you how this works. So we'll go around the room and everyone will basically do an accountability check-in. What we're looking for is we're looking for your weight, right? Because we will already have, you're going to email us your starting weight and starting BMI, because we're also going to be keeping track of you on our end. And you're going to give us your weekly weight, which will be, we will recalculate the BMI as well. And you're going to let us know how your daily journaling is going. And we're also going to find out about your weekly challenge has got to be completed by then as well. Yeah. And then it starts the next week.
But also just keep in mind that none of this is going to be that difficult that you won't be able to do it. Literally, it might take an extra minimal time out of your day. Trust me, because it's brain work too. So,
right, yeah, this isn't like
you're not going to kill yourself by doing this.
No, we're not asking for 3-4 hours a day. Literally, this is doable. Bennett and I have been doing this for 30 days now, well, almost 30 days. And we both work for full-time jobs and we have families. And we're doing a bunch of other stuff on top of it. And we've been able to keep up on it. Now, are we going to say that, spending 5 minutes a day on yourself is the magic bullet? No. Sorry. It's not going to be that difficult, but you're going to have to work for it. It's going to be challenging. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth it, right? If you want something good in your life, you got to work for it. Sorry. That's just the way it is. And you're going to work for it. You're going to work for it in your diet. You're going to work for it in your exercises. You're going to work for it, in your daily journaling effort and again, there's no limit to how long your daily journal is. Look at ours. Some of our daily journals is a sentence. Some of it's 3-4 paragraphs.
Absolutely.
It all depends on how that day went. It's not and we're not going to be checking, your grammar and your spelling and all this. We just want to know, are you doing your daily journal and what are you learning about yourself in the process? Because really, it's about getting to know yourself too, right? You're going to get to know your accountability partner, but it's also about looking yourself in the mirror and saying, hey, Bennett, nice to meet you. I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? Right?
Yeah.
To yourself.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about, man. And I listened to a podcast today, and he said something that was kind of profound, and it kind of hit me a little bit. He said, look in the mirror the next time you have a chance, whether it's in the morning before, when you take a shower, when you get home from work, whatever. But go in the bathroom, look at yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in your own eyes in the mirror, and say out loud, I love you, to yourself.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
now that if you're thinking about that right now and that kind of gives you the EBGBs, like, man, that's weird, or I could never do that, or that would be hard to do, then that says a lot about where you are with yourself right now, doesn't it?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So the 60-day WellFit Challenge is really nothing more than doing something for yourself. It's about loving yourself. It's about giving yourself clean food, clean diet, clean exercise, clean sleep, a clean slate, and a new friend to go through this journey with, right? I mean, goddamn, that's $80, really?
Yep.
Like nothing. It's really nothing compared to what you're going to get from this experience. So that's it, man. That is the 60-day WellFit Challenge in a nutshell. And like I promised at the top of the show, the link to where you can go to sign up for that is changeyourpov.com/products. Again, changeyourpov.com/products. And when you go to that page, it's going to look a little bit funny. And the reason why I say that is because the very first column is going to be the 60-day WellFit Challenge. And it will list out kind of the things that it comes with and all of that. Then at the bottom, you click on the blue button that says buy now. You click on the button and you put in your information and everything. And boom, you're signed up, you're registered. You don't have to wait for September 1st to do that. You can do that right now. Just go and sign up for it right now. But the reason why I say it looks weird is because the other 3 columns to the right, there'll be pictures for them, but it's not going to list out what they come with yet, because we're still in the process of creating what they come with. So you're going to see a 60-day finance challenge, and you're going to find a 60-day introspection challenge, and a 60-day environment challenge. And those are 3 additional programs that we are developing that are going to come immediately after our introduction 30-day challenge of those same names. Does that make sense? Or did I confuse everything?
It's basically just like the 30-day challenge is free. And it's the primer. It's the warm up, the basics of whatever we're talking about. And then we go into a more intensive 60-day program after.
Right.
And
I forgot to mention.
We have a different program, and we have a different program every quarter. So
different program every quarter. And I forgot to mention, during the 60 days, we're actually going to be, and we might even bring them on during some of these experts on during the teleconference, weekly teleconference, or even in a Facebook Live situation. But the plan is to bring on experts in whatever program we're doing for that 60 days. So this 60 days is well fit. So we plan on getting some experts in health and fitness and nutrition, etc.
Correct.
So you have some direct exposure to those experts. And then when we do the finance one, we'll bring in some financial experts, some investing experts, things like that, so you can ask. I mean, because Bennett and I are not sitting here claiming to be the creme de la creme, end all be all, health and fitness experts. We're not financial experts. We're not experts in any of these things. But we know how to put some structure around something that we're doing, and we know that there's experts out that are more than willing and more than happy to share their expertise with people that are seriously willing to change their lives. And that's what we're going to bring to you, man.
That's right.
So did I miss anything? Did I get it all covered?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So to wrap things up really quick, 60-day WillFit Challenge begins on September 1st. You're going to get a welcome email. It's going to have everything you need in it. All those links are going to be provided. And then the very next day on Saturday, on September 3rd, we're going to have a meet and greet teleconference meeting at Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The very next day after that, you're going to get an email with your assigned accountability partner. September 5th, it begins. Everything that we just talked about will begin. It's on, man. Daily journaling, weekly challenges, and you're going to begin your paleo diet. And we're going to have weekly accountability check-ins every week after that, along with a closed Facebook community group where you can interact with everyone. We're going to have experts that are going to come on and share things with you. Some open mic nights, some Q&As with Ben and I in Facebook Live. And again, all this will only be available for people that opt in and come be part of the community, man. Let's get this shit done. And then... oh, yeah. So here's a link, changeyourpov.com/products. Sign up now. You don't have to wait for September 1st. As a matter of fact, the earlier you sign up, the better, because then Bennett and I can already kind of go through and start perhaps even assigning accountability partners ahead of time instead of trying to scramble that last day to get it all done. So the sooner you sign up, it will only help us get this figured out.
Right.
So that's it, man. That's all I got. And you know what? Thanks for doing this. I really think this is a huge, and if nobody signs up, we're still doing this shit.
Yeah.
So I guess it really don't matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
if one person signs up, then they're going to have 2 accountability partners.
That's right.
It's going to be us.
Yeah. Then you're really screwed.
Right. Take turns, man. Take turns.
Oh, God.
All right. So that's it. Thanks, folks, for everything you do. I mean, there's thousands of podcasts out there to listen to, and you are listening to us right now. We greatly appreciate that. Check us out over on our website, changeyourpov.com. We got a lot of great stuff headed on over there. Don't forget Mountain Up. Come get yourself a kick-ass hat like Bennett and I have over at changeyourpov.com/mountain up. And don't forget your 10% discount code GOOD10. All right, man. That's all I have. Any parting words, sir?
Nothing. Hey,
all right.
Hey.
Yeah.
I do,
yeah.
Actually.
Okay. You did this last time, too.
Remember your goals.
Yes.
And follow the path.
Remember your goals and follow the path to achieve those goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just do it.
All right. You can find all of the show notes page. Well, I don't know how much is going to be on. I'll list it out, but whatever. You can find everything we talked about on the show notes page of this episode by heading over to changeyourpov.com/episode 80. Oh my God, can you believe we're at 80 already?
That's crazy.
Woo! 80, almost coming to 100 really soon. All right, never miss an episode. Hit subscribe on your podcast player of choice so you don't miss out on any episodes. We have a lot more great content headed your way, and you can also come check us out at Change Your POV Facebook page. We've got all kinds of great stuff, videos and nonsense on over there. So that's all I have, man. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to Change Your POV podcast with Eddie Lazary. Check out more content by going to changeyourpov.com. And remember, your ability and willingness to change your point of view will open doors of opportunity.